I'll just tell you a couple of things about our Lancaster before we start. First thing is, this is one of 4 Lancasters in the entire world that have 4 running engines. So we're quite proud of the fact that we have done all these engines in-house and got them runnable. And of course, when you make noise with big engines like that, they burn fuel. And you know what the price of fuel is these days. So the price of avgas is not very cheap. So we'd appreciate it if you're going by our donation bomb here, if you could throw something in to help us out with the costs of running this old girl. It's about $400 every time we start it up. So we appreciate any and all help you can give us. Today is the Mosquito Event Day, and we're honoring that wonderful machine, the Mosquito, the 2-engine fighter bomber that served us so well during World War II. And I have here the president of the Mosquito Society from Calgary, Mr. Richard Boer, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the Mosquito.
Excellent, thank you very much. Hold your applause, please. Thank you for coming out. Tremendous turnout today. I hope you enjoy yourselves. As Dan said, today is Mosquito Celebration Day. It was exactly 10 years ago that we brought that airplane down from Calgary to be hosted by the Bomber Command Museum for its full restoration. As many of you know, the Mosquito was one of the most incredible airplanes used during World War II. The most versatile airplane in the war with an incredible record. It was also the most survivable airplane used in World War II with the lowest loss rate. Although there were almost 8,000 built during World War II, including 1,100 made in Canada, there are just 30 survivors in the world today. So we're extremely fortunate to have one here and to be able to work on it. This particular airplane served in Canada after World War II with Spartan Air Services as an aerial photo mapping airplane, and it made its way to Calgary in the mid-1960s as part of a new aviation museum group that unfortunately didn't quite work, so it kicked around Calgary for a while. 15 years ago, there was an effort by some people in Calgary to sell it to a collector in England, and a bunch of us types decided that was a really bad idea. We convinced the city of Calgary, which still owns the airplane, to allow us to do the restoration. And then the Bomber Command Museum here stepped up and said, you know what, if you guys win this fight, you get a chance to restore this airplane, why don't you bring it down here? It fits the theme, it's an attraction for us, and we'd love to have you guys here. So we're extremely grateful to Dan and the rest of the Bomber Command Museum for extending that invitation to us and allowing us to restore the airplane. As with the Bomber Command Museum, we're a not-for-profit group, and all the work done on this airplane is 100% complete by volunteers. So, after the engine runs, please make your way into the far north end of the hangar where Jack McWilliam, our Society Vice President and the Head of Restoration, will be doing a bit of a walk and talk around the airplane to tell you what we've been up to in the last few years, probably since you may have seen it pre-COVID. And he'll be talking about the work that we've been doing and some of the challenges that we're facing. At 1 o'clock, we have a speaker in the main part of the museum here, David Biscoe, whose father flew the de Havilland Mosquito in World War II. And David, since his last visit here 4 years ago, has written a memoir about his father's war. So a tremendous opportunity for you to sit in and listen to the process of what it took to get someone off the street to flying the de Havilland Mosquito under combat conditions. So I hope you'll stick around for that as well. So we got lots on for today. One of the special features here of the morning Lancaster run is that they're going to do something very unusual and in honor of the de Havilland Mosquito. And what they're going to do is start the 2 inboard engines first. Because the de Havilland Mosquito was powered by exactly the same engines as what you see on the Lancaster in front of you. Rolls-Royce V12 Merlin engines. So the experience that you can have here is exactly what it would have sounded like to have a single Mosquito fired up and running in front of you. And that's what you get the opportunity to experience. They'll do that for a few minutes, and then they'll start the 2 outboard engines, so you can close your eyes and imagine that you're listening to 2 de Havilland Mosquitoes. So enjoy the engine run. Thank you again for coming out, and I hope you have a terrific day here. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Just a couple of notes about what's happening the rest of the day. Richard mentioned that at 1 o'clock there's a presentation in the main hangar. Also, just preceding that, at 12:30, I'll be doing a rear turret demonstration, which is right beside where the presentation is happening in the main hangar. We have the only workable tail turret in North America, so we'll be showing that off. And also, following this run, I'm not sure if you were aware or not, we are running our Bristol Hercules 14-cylinder, 1,700 horsepower radial engine that was used on Halifax bombers. And so when this is done, I'll drop the chain. You can make your way down there, listen to that. Then you can go in and have some lunch and so on. And so the rest of the day is going to be pretty full. And then at 2 o'clock, the Lanc will run again, and so will the Bristol Hercules. So we have a pretty full day for you. Thanks for coming, and don't forget we can use a little green folding stuff in this thing. Thank you very much. Bye.
Pneumatic pressure is 100 pounds. Confirm first brake set. Boost coil switch on. Number 3 mags on. Free throttle set. We clear 3?
You're on 3.
Starting 3.
was a good run, ladies and gentlemen. And you're seeing a sight that a lot of people don't get to see. This is the only running length west of Hamilton, Ontario. So count yourselves lucky that you've got to see this today, and it happens again at 2 o'clock.